and Miss Brown is back. Now today we'll be taking some notes, and this is for my virtual learners, and we'll be looking at some slides as we do this in face-to-face class. But we can't do that, so you're just going to have to use your sheet and your drawings. I sent you a picture of that you can print off or you can draw it yourself. And we'll be starting with a side with the animal cell. They're oval shaped. And we'll be writing in each block. We'll be labeling the phase we're in of mitosis, and we'll be writing down the events that take place there. So, again, remember you can stop this at any time. So, the first picture here, we have interphase. So, the very first one is interphase. So, label it interphase over there on the left. I want you to put it's where it carries out cell functions. It doubles its DNA by replication. We have G1 growth. S is synthesis. That's when more DNA is made because it has to have enough DNA to put in each of the new daughter cells. And then G2. And also I want you to write over there to the side that it's the longest phase. 90% of the time is spent in interphase. That's when a cell does what a cell does. Here we have a picture of an animal cell in interphase. And here's an actual picture of a plant cell in interphase. The nucleus, the nucleolus, and the chromatin. And we don't have chromosomes yet. It's just in the fragments of chromatin as of right now. So the chromosome number is going to double. It will increase from 2N to 4N. So there's enough to put in each of the new cells we're about to make. All right, on to the next one, prophase. The second picture is prophase. So the chromosomes become visible. It's a clue that you're in prophase. If you can't see the chromosomes, you're not in prophase. The pairs are going to attach to the spindles, and the nuclear membrane will disappear. I often say this is like a square dance. What are you going to do if you have a square dance in your house or your barn? First, you got to get everything out of the way. So we're getting the nuclear membrane is broken down. The nucleolus disappears. And remember, pro means first or before. So here we have the spindle fibers forming here at the centrioles. And here it is in a plant. All right, next, the third one is metaphase. So here, this is the easiest one to see. The chromatids align at the equator, which is the center of the cell is the equator. You see that underlined. And remember, meta means middle. So this one is very easy to identify. It's very easy to find a cell in metaphase. Here's an animal cell in metaphase. Yeah, they're lined up right down the middle. Here's a plant cell in metaphase. And then anaphase. Remember, ana means away. That's the next picture. It's the fourth picture, anaphase. A means away from the middle. The centromeres of the sister chromatid are going to split. The opposite ends of the cell are called poles. Here's an animal cell going through anaphase. And here's a plant cell. And you should be able to look at these pictures and identify which phase of mitosis we're in. And the last one, telophase. So now the chromosomes are in two clusters at the opposite poles. The nuclear membrane and nucleolus reappear, so the dance is over. We got to get things back in order. The cytoplasm is going to start to divide. And remember, telo equals through is what it actually means. But I always say, tell them we're done. So you know telophase is at the end. So here it is in an animal cell. And notice you have this furrow where it pinches in. It almost looks like a thread is twisted around it and tightening down. It pinches in to squeeze that cytoplasm in two. And here we have it with a plant. Now, a plant, of course, is cuboidal, so it can't pinch in. What it does, it forms a new cell plate, starts to grow in between the two new cells, the two daughter cells. Excuse me. So you can remember this by PMAT. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Now, this cytokinesis, this divides the cytoplasm. Often it happens at the same time as telophase, and it gives you 2 complete daughter cells, and they're going to start the cell cycle all over again in interphase. So let's look at this little picture at the bottom of this page. I want you to label that. Take a few moments. You have a word bank, so try that yourself. Stop the video and try that yourself for a few moments. Okay, so A is the centriole, B is the spindle, C is the centromere, which holds the chromatids together. D is a homologous chromosome pair, the whole thing. E, one of those little pieces of chromosome, is a chromatid. And F is the pole. All right, let's switch over to the other one, page 2. And this is going to be about plant cells, and it's set up a little bit differently. Let's look at the one labeled A. Which phase would that be? Would that be IPMAT? Which one would A be? And of course, A's interphase. All right, let's look at B. What's going on in this cell B? We got some action going on here. There's a cell plate, there's a clue, and there's 2 nuclei. So what we have here is telophase and cytokinesis. Okay, how about cell C? The clue here is we see the chromatid pairs, and the nuclear membrane is dotted around there, so that means it's disappearing. So C is prophase. All right, and D, they're lining up down the middle, and they're attached to the spindle. That's metaphase. And E is anaphase. They're pulling away. Let's try to fill these questions in quickly before this one's done. All right, number 1, mitosis accomplishes the division of the nuclear material in a parent cell between 2 identical daughter cells. Number 2, the amount of DNA doubles during the S stage of interphase. 3, during prophase, the chromosomes become visible. 4, during metaphase, the chromosomes align themselves in the center of the cell at a region called the equator. 5, during anaphase, the chromatids move away from the center of the cell toward the opposite poles. 6, during telophase, the cells have 2 sets of chromosomes located at opposite poles of the cell, and cytokinesis begins. 7, cytokinesis accomplishes the division of the cytoplasm required to have 2 complete daughter cells. 8, a centromere joins homologous chromosome pairs together. And 9, for 2 sets of chromosomes to move apart, they must be attached to spindle fibers, but plant cells do not have centrioles to produce these fibers. And 10, the nuclear membrane disappears during prophase and reappears during telophase.